Hey, this is Sincere, y'all, from Sincere Knicks Fan 34. How are you doing on this evening? I just want to go and tell everybody off the rip. I got so much love for y'all. Thank y'all to my new subscribers. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. Let's continue going out there subscribing. We're still aiming for 100. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to make this thing bigger and better, so we're going to make it do what it do. Right off the rip, I'm not going to hold y'all very long. I'm just going to let y'all know off the rip. Tonight is gut check time. Tonight is gut check time. We're gonna find out what people are made of tonight. The first game, I let y'all know that it was sloppy, but I expected the first game to be sloppy. It's their first time playing together. That's very typical, right? That's normal. Game two, it was still sloppy. And to be honest, I think it was our worst game, our game two. And that's why I say this game right now against Brooklyn is gut check time. Because the idea is we're going to now see who actually steps their game up, who has actually learned in the past two games of what not to do, how they can be able to play and perform at a better level, who learned, who picked up things from the last two games. The one who I think needs to step up the most is Tyler Kolek. Tyler Kolek is the point guard. Like I said, I expected turnovers to occur in the first game, even in the second. But now, this is where he can actually show people, oh, wait, I can actually help set the pace. I can set the pace. I can get the team into its offensive flow. I can even set the defensive tone for the entire team off of what I do, how I come prepared for the game. So whether they're forcing me to a particular side of the floor or they're trying to double team me, they're trying to force me to play at a pace that's out of control, whatever the case may be, he's going to be able to let people know, the coaching staff, the owner, whoever, I'm prepared. This is the part that's most important. I'm prepared for whatever's coming my way defensively. I'm ready, and I'm going to show how I can better execute. Not that he has to score 30 points, but he is going to be able to show that he's not going to turn the ball over, that he's not going to be the principal root, the cause for the turnovers, right? I still expect some turnovers because you have all these number of players that are just still jumbled together. People are still trying to figure some things out. But for him, this is going to be his moment to shine, to show that he's grown, that he's learned, and that he can adjust. That's the key word there, that he can adjust and adjust quickly. Now it's 3 games, right? The first game, okay, he knew that it was going to be trying to be hungry and all that stuff. Everybody's trying not to be selfish. First game. Second game, I was expecting him to really demonstrate that leadership ability. Hey, I'm the point guard. This is how we're running the offense. This is what we're going to do. And I'm not going to say that he doesn't have leadership skills, because he clearly has already demonstrated that in the NCAA tournament. He's done that at the college level. So I know that he has leadership skills. The thing is he going to be able to incorporate his leadership skills in a way that makes it effective for the rest of his team, to get everybody else involved and be successful? I'm not worrying or caring about whether we win. Don't get it twisted. I'm going to be happy if we win, but I want to see how Tyler Kolek steps his game up tonight. Is he going to be ready for when he's getting pressured? Because teams are going to understand how he's been impacted when he was double teamed or when the pressure was put on to him from the very beginning. So whether it's one-on-one or a double team, is he gonna turn the ball over? Is he gonna be lazy with his passes? These are going to be the kind of things that can determine how his play is going to be for the rest of this season. McCullough, I'm not sure if he really is going to be looked upon negatively. I thought that he played very well in both the first game and the second game. I'm mentioning McCullough because I said that I felt the pressure was the highest on him because he's the one that has multiple people that play the same positions that he does. So I think he has put enough effort out there to show that he brings the energy. I'm looking in this game to see if he continues to bring the same energy. And that's what I've said from the very beginning. I expect him to bring energy, Kevin McCullough. And if he does that, particularly on the defensive end, just being available, finding his places to make his maneuvers, not force the action, just provide great energy, particularly on the defensive end. I think he will be all right. He might actually make himself a good candidate to try to be in the rotation. He actually might make a pretty good argument if he's consistent with his energy. Heard it here first, right? Dadier, I'm not sure what's going on with Dadier. I knew he had something going on with his foot, I believe. I'm going to be honest, I'm not really worried about the foot. I don't think anybody in the NBA staff, coaching-wise, have any concerns with Dadier because he's a future talent. You know, he doesn't really have to play well this summer league. He can do that next season. He doesn't need, like, if they didn't want to play him for the rest of the summer league, I'm cool. All I wanted to see was how he has developed from last season to this season. And he's kind of already shown his growth, at least a little bit. He has a better understanding of how to move, how to cut. He's shown that he can be a little more consistent with his three ball shot. So in that, he's already put out there that he has grown. And that's all that I looked for. That's all that I looked for him, was just showing growth. And he has done that. So with McCullough, he stepped his game up with his energy. I'm hoping that he continues with that. With Dadier, you know, it's a shame that he's not 100% healthy, but it's not a requirement for him to be healthy for this season. I think that next season and the season after are going to be more telling of his playing time, particularly with the big squad. When he's playing with the actual Knicks, next season and the season afterwards, that's going to be, it's go time. But for him, like I said, the only thing he had to do was show his growth. And I think he did that. So for tonight, when the Knicks are going out there and they're playing Brooklyn, right? In city rivalry, right off the rip. You know what I'm saying? But who I'm looking at is Diawara. I want to see just how much energy and defensive acumen he's going to be continuing to bring. He shows that he has the athletic ability. He does. He's going to be somebody that people are going to be looking at for this season as well as next season. He has already shown he can defend at an NBA level. And that in itself is going to be something that helps push not only himself, but his other teammates. He can be someone who can back somebody up defensively. And that's a great thing. But he still has to bring that in tonight when he goes against Brooklyn. If they're running him, he has to show he has that kind of energy. And I think that he'll do that. I'm expecting him to bring that energy. Najee, we're going to see how much he has learned. We already know and recognize he already has the size. He already has the athleticism. I think he's actually shown that he can actually ball handle a lot better for a man of his size. For a man of his size, he ball handles a lot better than a lot of other centers that I've seen. I'm not expecting him to be a point guard, nothing like that. But he's very athletic. He's very agile. And his wingspan speaks for itself. Can he continue to grow and show that he can improve from game to game? We will see. And that's a good thing. I don't look at Najee being a threat to Hukporti and definitely not to Mitchell Robinson. But if he is a person who can learn quickly, he can make himself become an asset to the team this season. If not, then he's going to be on a G League roster or maybe a two-way contract. We'll see. But again, we're going to find out what they're made of. We're going to find out what they're all made of. Dink Pate, I want to see more of Dink Pate. I like his athleticism. I like his size. I like that he has brought forth some skill set, some guard skills with the ball handling. He's knocked down a few shots, some threes. He even, I think, hit a couple of mid-range shots. I was actually a little impressed with that. So all these guys are showing that they have some things that, in terms of potential, they have the ability to stay in the league, to be in and around this league. And that's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? But tonight's going to be gut check time. We're going to see who really wants it. Who, I believe that Najee had like back spasms, something like that. I believe who was it? Dadier with his foot. Like I said, Dadier, that's not real pressure for him. That might be next year. But I want to see Huck Porty. I want to see how consistent he is with running the floor, continuing to rebound, shot block. I'm not saying he's on a hot seat, but I want to see consistency. Najee, consistency. But I also want to see how much he's learned from game to game, right? McCullough, continue that energy. And with Pate, I want to see if he can really showcase more skills that can be beneficial for our team. I'm not expecting him to get a roster spot this year, but I can see him being on the G League. I can really see him doing very, very well with that. But we'll all see. But that's got to be demonstrated tonight. And if they do that, we're in a great place. We're in a really good place. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping and I'm excited to see what we do, team-wise, player-wise. But the one who needs to really step up the most, in my opinion, is Kolek. Kolek needs to show that he can control the ball, not turn the ball over. Yeah, other players have turned the ball over too, but for him, I think he really needs to show he can handle the pressure. Handling that pressure, bringing the ball up, not turning the ball over as much. If he can show that level of growth, I think he has a really great shot. And if he can defend at that NBA level, even better. But if he's not doing those things in Summer League, all right. So we'll see what goes on from there. That's all I got for right now. We're going to wrap it up here. If you haven't, please, I need you to look and go in there and get the subscription, subscribe, share, comment, and hit the notification button. All right, y'all? Y'all have a good day. We will talk later. Let's get it.